Hey, gang. So checking in here on a few ideas about how we can work on our improv skills. I'm going to talk a little bit about comedy and then also life skills in general as we're kind of in this more work from home quarantine moment. We are going to be interacting a lot more with, maybe Skyping or Zooming and those types of things. So when we talk about improv as it relates to personal development and overcoming anxiety and fear of public speaking and stuff like that, there's that idea of exposure therapy. In other words, you expose yourself to it enough times and you desensitize yourself to the extent that you're not nervous and anxious anymore and you don't get the fight or flight response and you can be relaxed and present in the moment and access your knowing and your intuition and your creative ideas. And not only that, you don't have a fear of sharing those ideas. It's a really, really, really hugely transformational thing. At least it was for me to get to those greater levels of opinion and expressing of them. So, one of the things, so improv does that in a live environment and a lot of the performing arts, but there is an element of that you can do at home that I think is very valuable, and that is making your own videos. And whether you use them or not, it's not really the point because there is something to getting comfortable in front of the camera. And I can remember 10 years ago, I did my first interview in front of camera. This is before I'd even taken an improv class. It was something completely unrelated, and I was a complete mess in terms of I was so nervous and I just lost myself and I couldn't think and I was really uncomfortable. I actually got really irritable. I was having these anger issues and someone's just trying to videotape me. Now fast forward, not only did a lot of the improv and some of the other theater arts and performing arts help me get comfortable, but I also ended up doing a lot of videos for my newsletters and things such as this. So you can make videos, even if it's just for yourself, and it can be about really anything. If you want to post something to Instagram, it doesn't have to be comedic. Or maybe it's just something that you do and you watch back yourself, and there's a whole nother world there. When you watch yourself back, it's incredibly uncomfortable and all those sorts of things. I do think that if you did enough improv training or a theatrical training, that you will get more comfortable in front of the camera. But the camera is also its own kind of has its own specific lane in a way. So at home, shoot some videos, watch them back. It is something that you can do to get more comfortable. And in terms of the comedic process, I actually use the video a lot. And this idea of writing is rewriting, right? When people are any type of writing is you spit it all out and then it's edit, edit, rewrite, edit, polish, edit, rewrite, edit. And I will do the same thing with comedy. It's what I prefer. I'll write an idea down and then I'll get up in front of the camera and just literally just speak out and ideate about the idea. So I'm not even performing or being funny. I'm like, here's the thought, here's the thing, and then that's step one. It's a real the process is it's something that's not funny at all. I think it's a funny concept, but I haven't developed it into anything. And it's kind of frustrating actually, because you're like, I don't know how to make this funny. I don't know what to do with it. And then it's just kind of working with it like it's a clay mold or something like that. So then I'll get the idea out on video, I'll watch it back, and then I'll get a new idea will come up. Or I'll find something on the video that I liked. A lot of times, nothing works. I did 10 minutes at the Electric Lodge Max 10 show a couple months ago, and I had 10 or 15 ideas, and I cut 80% of them. I can't make it funny. It's not funny to me, and really that's what I am looking for when I'm going to perform something or if I'm going to make a video, I can make myself crack up, or I'll just go like, I think that's funny. That's pretty funny. I'm cool to go ahead with that, and that really is my criteria. So I will every single time if I do a bit on a video and I watch it back, I always get a new idea without fail. And what's really fascinating is about it, and I can see how performers and especially comedians they take an idea and a joke and they'll perform that joke over the course of a year, and then that joke is like ready for the HBO special because it's just so polished. They know exactly the feedback they've gotten from the audience. They know precisely how to word it and those sorts of things. So the writing is rewriting thing is can be very similar to video and any type of presentation you're giving. So to wind this up, a couple things that have been kind of cracking me up, which I haven't even written this down in my comedy journal. That's what I'll do. I'll get an idea and I'll go and I'll open my little comedy journal on my computer and I'll write, okay, here's an idea. But I've been cracking up over these the sign language guys that we're seeing. And you talk about this idea of upstaging because these guys are so animated. Like they're so much more interesting to watch. Like I'm totally tuning out the speaker and I'm watching the guy that's doing all this. And so the comedy bit I'm thinking is this guy's making hand signals like, hey, this guy talking's a real asshole, isn't he? What an idiot. We all know at home that this guy's a clown. Hey, isn't this not hearing thing a great gig? Anyways, go off on some riff and some bit about the guy. By the way, that's the first time I've actually even semi-performed that. So I will probably do that in video it a few times and make sure it's PC and get that to a bit where I think it's funny. And then the next phase is to go out and perform it in front of people, see what their reaction is, because their reaction is going to be a little bit different than mine. And then that's where a comedian can really start to hone and polish and those sorts of things. So, if you're self-quarantined at home and you don't know what to do, you can do some video camera work on your computer or your phone, watch it back, and do some content that you're inspired about, and you can rework it, and maybe, hey, who knows, maybe you'll end up putting it on your Facebook and other social media stuff like that, or even performing it. What? So those are some things you can do. That's like an improv homework lesson that you absolutely don't have to do, that has no bearing on anything. Peace out. I will keep in touch. It looks like, I can't really add any news given that there's 24/7 news cycle that I know you're all tuned into. So I know we'll all get through this, and our doors to all this stuff will be open again at some point. So we all make the best of it while we can. Cool. Talk to you guys next video.